Hello, today I'm going to discuss 5 simple things to do when you're conducting a life insurance review. Step number one is verify your client's information. So every time that I do a review, the very first thing that I like to start with is verifying their information. Making sure their address hasn't changed, their phone number hasn't changed, and their email hasn't changed. And of course, I like to do this up front because you want to keep in contact with your clients for other marketing pieces or just staying in contact. And of course, if I find out that they've something has changed, I update that, and then I'll also update that with the insurance company, making sure the insurance company can contact them as well. Number two is I like to go over their existing coverage. So what I'll do is I'll ask them. Number one is I'll say, before I go over their existing coverage. By the way, I have a plan. I'm going to go over a few things with you. I have a plan laid out of some things we'll discuss. But I want to ask you: is there any particular questions that you want to make sure that I answer today during our review? And then of course I write those down or I answer those questions or say that's actually what I'm going to be going over with the information that I've prepared. So go over at this point you're going to go over their coverage. So you're going to go through and you're going to say, okay, well, if it's a term policy, this is how many years it's for, this is the death benefit. If it's a whole life or permanent life insurance, go over the cash values, how the policy works. And then of course, if the policies have any living benefits, you're going to want to go over those with them as well. So it's really interesting. And a lot of times I'll have my clients that will say, oh, I forgot that our policy did that. Oh, this is really good information. Or for example, I did one earlier this year where one of my clients goes, oh, I didn't realize that, if I get a critical illness like cancer, that I could actually get some money from my policy. So he got a type of cancer. And so I said, well, let's go ahead and file a claim on your policy. And if you'd like to get some money, and so, of course, we filed that claim. They looked at his medical records. They determined that they could pay him out some money. And then he was able to take some of the money out of his death benefit while he was living. Of course, it reduces the death benefit, but that came in very handy with them. So these are some things to go over when you're meeting with your clients because they will see lots of value in that. Number three is I like to ask questions. Okay. One of the questions I like to ask them is that, is your coverage sufficient still for your needs? Like, for example, has anything in your life changed to where you're going to need more coverage? Or, do we need to make any changes to the coverage? Maybe they bought something, they need to add some more, term life insurance, or maybe they're to a point in their life where they want to have some type of permanent life insurance if they don't have that already, or maybe they want a different type of policy, or sometimes they'll say, well, my needs are good, but my mom's needs aren't so good. We need to get something for her. So this is just I like to ask questions to make sure that their policy and their coverage is sufficient for their needs. Number four, one of my favorite areas is I like to educate them. Okay. And so if you have different products and services that you offer, this is a great place to go through and let them know about other products and services that you offer. So for example, if you offer any retirement products, or maybe you offer some type of service for wills, this is where you could say, by the way, I don't know if you're aware of this, but we offer this type of service for these situations. And then sometimes they'll ask you questions. They want to learn more. You can also schedule another time for that. Or maybe you offer some type of, tax-free retirement product. Great place to talk about this. If there's a different type of permanent life insurance policy, they don't have permanent life insurance policy, talk about that. I mean, this is where you can add value and add services and add different products, where it can help them. Number five, of course, you're doing these four things. Then number five is it comes really easy. And a lot of times, number five will happen without even you asking the question. When you've been meeting with your clients consistently, over the time that they've had services with you. And sometimes I don't meet with every client every year. Sometimes we're not able to get together. Maybe their life, they're not wanting to do a review at this time. But what will happen is when you're doing reviews consistently, then number five is really easy. Number five is ask for referrals. So, by the way, do you have any friends, family members, or coworkers that I could help with our services? And so this is where you'll get referrals. And so, like I said, a lot of times when I do these appointments, two things will typically happen. Well, maybe I should say three things, right? Um, uh, First of all, it reminds them about their coverage, which they forgot about some of the details. Number two, a lot of times I'll have clients that want to add coverage. And then number three, I get lots of referrals when I do my reviews. And so, what I love about them is it'll increase your business, it'll increase your value to your clients, and it will increase your referrals. These are five simple things that I know if you do these, it will definitely help build your business.